Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name, of course, is Anvil the Crazy. Welcome back to Diddy Kong Racing. It is finally time that we end this little adventure of ours. I mean, we've been through ancient domains, not to mention tropical paradise, frosty winter, and not to mention dragon slaying adventures. And now we're gonna end our little futuristic, fun land of amusement. And yeah, pretty much we're gonna be done with that entirely. But yeah, anyways, speaking of future funland, we are going to be doing the silver coin challenges, and we're starting it off with Stardust Alley, Space Dust Alley. Though I have one question concerning this lovely little world. Why are there trees in space? I mean, did the aliens all of a sudden just said, hey, you know what? We need to make this place look more like Earth. So let's just go over what we have. We got ourselves well, just rock, nothing else, and we don't got any oxygen. So, screw it. Let's actually make it space. Let's just grab some soil from Earth and just make it space trees. Give me a refrigerant. Oh wait, it's not really gonna make a refrigerant if we actually create it. Joke's on you. Brr. But yeah, the inclusion of little tropical trees in space does warrant a mention, mostly because it just feels weird, all things considered. I mean, you got mostly from what appears to be appears to be just nothing but asteroids and rocks just paved over, and then all of a sudden tropical trees out of some distant future. But then again, if you bump into them, I mean, it does hurt. It does stop your momentum, but at the same time, it also makes a boing sound. But then again, that's with every tree in the game, so it's not like it's gonna be like a fake plastic tree. Every tree is real, apparently, and according to this game, trees boing whenever you crash into them. So the next time I run into a tree, I'll make sure I'll have some sort of stunt gear on, because I'm pretty sure those are going to be used as springs and cannons whenever I'm done with them. But yeah. Hello, Taj. We're going to be seeing you sooner or later, buddy. Trust me. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to Dark Moon Caverns. This one's pretty much, I managed to get all the coins in one go here back in the day. But haven't really done so as of late. Mostly because, when I was doing the test playthrough for this, in some ways, I actually didn't manage to get all this, and well, then again, now I presumably think, oh yeah, you can get them all in one go. No, you can't. There's two in the middle of those craters there that you have to either miss one or just forget about entirely, and then realize, oh crap, you missed one of those coins. That's basically the whole thing with me in the Silver Coin Challenge, in all honesty. Just this sheer fact that if you miss one coin, and I mean one coin, it'll drive you nuts until you actually know where it is, which has happened to me, unfortunately, a couple of times when I was young, which is me back then. I had no idea what to do in this game. I got up to the dragon forest domain when I was a kid, and it confused the living hell out of me. In fact, I think my sister, back in the day, actually knew where everything was, especially when it came to, the coins and all that. She was just, all over the place, just trying to do her best to basically find everything. She knows a lot more about searching for items in games. I think she did most of Super Mario Sunshine, and I'm just wow, you're so good. You're really good. have fun and stuff. Hell, me and her spent a whole entire spring or summer, I believe, spring break or summer, whatever it is, and we just stood up and basically, well, we spent like most of the summer playing Super Mario Sunshine, and like she even wrote on the box, completed. Even though, oh boy, she was a little bit wrong about that completed status. Because at the time we only went up to like 78 stars at 78 shine sprites. Little did she know, oh boy, the pain that was about to come. But yeah, like pretty much I am a little bit worried because like next Tuesday we're gonna be streaming like Super Mario Sunshine, and I heard horror stories about completing that game, like legitimate horror stories about completing that game, and I've already experienced the Plinko level where Mario, like, his controls are just the worst it's ever been in a Mario game. Only because of one certain level. One level can cause Mario to control like utter crap. Then again, unless you look at a, I don't know, a random Mario game that I'm trying to think of. Any of the new actually, no, scratch that. I'm not going to say anything because I actually do like some of the new Super Mario Brothers games. But honestly, I don't really see them actually making a new entry out of them in for a long time. And I don't think there's going to be one on Switch. Like, I can just already tell you there ain't going to be one on Switch. And you'll probably believe me. Not really, but still. Like, if Nintendo wants to make a new Super Mario Brothers entry, fine with them. I mean, people like old Mario, and I know some people love the new Super Mario Brothers series and all that. I mean, they're not bad games. They're just not really that interesting, and not to mention, it kind of got boring to me, if you ask me. Like, I couldn't really stand most of the stuff in New Super Mario Bros. 2, mostly because that game is just pretty much forgettable, and I would actually highly classify that as the worst New Super Mario Brothers game I played. And I played the original, and the original was really clunky back in the day. I mean, yeah, it controlled well for a DS title, but I don't know. It didn't really clamor on to me like everybody else did. To be fair, it was the first game that I got on the new Nintendo DS Lite, which came out on the same day, I believe. I mean, I remember the day when I got my Nintendo DS Lite. It was like, it was a rainy day. Both of me and my brother just got home from school. My dad went to pick up the Nintendo DS Lite while we were at school. And I was really excited for it because, quite honestly, I love... I mean, there's nothing wrong with my bulky, like, Nintendo DS, honestly, because the Nintendo DS that I actually had was working fine, and the touchscreen wasn't even that, in much, it wasn't that much in such dire need of replacing. We just got the thing because it was the new thing at the time, like the Nintendo DS Lite. I forgot how much it cost originally, back when it was just brand new and all that, unopened and all that. And not to mention, it still had the Game Boy Advance slot, where you can play like Game Boy games, which was omitted in later models, which is understandable. I mean, we can't always keep living in the past, even though the Wii had like backwards compatibility. But then again, I didn't have a Wii at the time, especially during launch. I mean, we never get things at launch. We usually get things like during either certain days or so, like after a couple of months or even a year. Just like how I got my Xbox One for like almost a year or so. Mostly because like, we didn't have enough money at the time, and that was my graduation gift from graduating from high school. I got an Xbox One. And boy, do I feel really, really silly about it. And later on, when I got my first job, I actually bought a PS4 for myself. So I'm actually really happy that I got my PS4, because now I can basically say I own all the consoles. Which isn't going to say much, because I know like Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are going to keep making consoles until either the console fad just disappears, or like people get PCs, or somehow like they emulate the entire thing on their PC and then consoles become obsolete. Which, not really. And I almost screwed up. Holy shit. Oh my god. I almost screwed up with that alley-oop right there. It was almost bad. It was almost bad. Anyways, but yeah, like, Spaceport Alpha, I will say this, like, when you go through that little tight area right there, like, the enclosed area, with the, little, like, archway below, it is very, 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 very annoying just trying to get the coin, during that, and not to mention the lasers there. Like, the lasers in this game are really annoying, like, all things considered. I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, I've seen worse. It's just really annoying sometimes. And also, from what I can tell, I keep going back to the DS version this entire playthrough and all that. And all I can say is that the DS version, I mean, I said this before, how, like, it changed a whole lot of things according to, while playing the adventure mode. And the thing they changed was the silver coin challenges, because in Adventure 2 it was pretty much the same thing. Collect all the silver coins. However, the difference between the original and the DS remake is they actually changed the locations for all the silver coins in Adventure 2, making them much more harder to get in retrospect. They left that out of the DS version and just kept them, like, in the same spots, just mirrored. I didn't like that, honestly, because for one thing, it ruined the challenge of Adventure 2, and quite honestly, it just didn't work well in my opinion. But then again, the DS version did change a couple of things. Like, for one thing, the course I'm racing on, it actually has a bottom, like, stairway, bottom path. Like, if you fall off the path and then all of a sudden you need to get back up there, they changed that. They changed that for the ease of just trying to get the player back onto the course without having some sort of detriment to their placing and all that. I don't think it was really a good decision, because it kind of ruins the mystique of Star City and kind of ruins what makes it, like, challenging to begin with. Because, I don't know, for some reason, like, I don't know, like, they changed it for some reason because, you know, ease of use, I guess. I don't know. But yep, here we go. Taj, time to say goodbye, man, because we ain't gonna see you for a while now. Anyways, yes, Wizpig and your scary flying spaceship there. I am ready for you, my friend. Let's do this. And boom! He comes out with a flying rocket. And Diddy is just staying there at the course of the race. You know, he kind of reminds me of one voice actor, or one voice that I keep hearing, like, "Looky here, it's the little worm." I'm trying to remember what that voice is. Like, I'm trying to remember if it was from a character or something like that, or I don't know. But yeah, anyways, Wizpig's final race, the rematch, of course. It's much more relaxed, and not to mention, like, well, not really relaxed, because you got lasers launching all over the place. I mean, from multiple spaceships, but, like, even some of the UFOs here. And Wizpig's spaceship as well, so that's also something. But yeah, this race takes mostly in the airplane here. And pretty much what you do here, you just basically race. That's it. Pretty much everything. And also, this room will be the bane of your existence if you get hit by a laser and you don't have a shield. Because quite frankly, if you don't have a shield, then you're pretty much screwed. But yeah, the asteroids will keep hitting you. There's lasers that'll keep shooting you. I mean, it looks like they could have put turrets up there, like little pig turrets and all that, but they didn't. They obviously did not do that, and not to mention, I am completely screwing up, and we might have to take a restart here in a second, unless I could somewhat manage to get back up there and hit him with the homing missile, which I am basically, but yeah, like some of the drifting controls, especially during the plane, while flying the plane. I mean, flying the plane's perfectly okay, I guess. I mean, it's not bad per se, but it's kind of annoying. Though, what I actually find funny in the DS remake, strangely enough, they actually made this boss a whole lot harder, mostly due to the fact they increased the size of the lasers. And quite frankly, they've also just made the boss fight even more challenging than ever before. When really the rest of the game had a whole bunch of, yeah, I ain't gonna catch up with Wizpig here in this point in time. By the way, speaking of which, whenever you're playing as Diddy Kong, Wizpig is usually relegated to a dark blue icon on the little track map. That isn't the case here. He's actually like light blue this time, my favorite shade of blue. And Wizpig, you ain't getting away that easily, buddy. So I'm just gonna pass you. Bye. Now I just gotta keep this place up, otherwise I'm pretty much screwed over. But yeah, the thing is to all utilize the drifting to your best ability. Otherwise, it's pretty much, and of course, always use a shield whenever you're in here. The deadliest place of them all, Laser Throne. Which, I don't know why you have lasers all over your throne room. I mean, what if Wizpig actually got hit by one of those lasers? Would he disintegrate, or would he just plop over, just like how Diddy Kong is right now? And also, is he getting faster? Oh shit, he's right here. Hi Wizpig. Bye Wizpig. Just use a balloon. Use a balloon to basically boost your speed. But it has to be blue. And unfortunately, we get... Yeah, look at that. Wizpig didn't even... Wizpig! Ooh, direct hit and direct contact to the wall. Don't you just love it when you accidentally hit the wall? I do. But yeah, like I said, like, this race is pretty much insanity when it comes to lasers and all that, all the way up to the end. And yeah, like I said, don't get hit by any of the lasers, otherwise you're pretty much guaranteed to at least lose a little bit of distance, all things considered. It doesn't work like Mario Kart, where like distance is determined based on how far you will go. Since the items are upgradable, and not to mention, like, you don't have any sort of like issues with that whatsoever when it comes to like using the item management and all that. It's just basically like you have these 3 weapons, upgrade them to your best discretion, or just don't use it whatsoever. And well, it looks like we lost the fight here because I'm about to get shot. Oh wait, we took first. Holy shit! Well, would you look at that? That is amazing. Now what happens with poor old Wizpig? Uh-oh. Rocket malfunctions. Everything's going wrong. And there goes Wizpig right up in the sky. Bye, Wizpig. We'll see you soon as you crash into that random moon? I would say. I don't even know what's going on. He is just floating all the way to his doom. That could be a perfect place for some sort of joke. Just pull up the that's all, folks, and just place Wizpig right in the middle of that, or probably place his grin there. Like, yeah, just like da 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 da. That would be perfect placement there. But yeah, that's it. That is Diddy Kong Racing as a nutshell. Also, Taj, stay away from all those people there. Well, there's no stopping them anyways. Anyways, pterodactyls are flying around. Frogs are just jumping around. Taj's golden face is there. So I guess this is Taj's island now, not Timber's island. Even though, like, this is Timber's island, so why isn't it replaced by Timber's face? We'll never know. Anyways, so everybody was doing the conga near down Domain's entrance. Apparently Tricky has kids. That's kind of weird. And it looks like Pipsy is riding on one of them. Yes, very lovely, very adorable. Also, for some reason, their eyes aren't, their eyes are still yellow. Something I just basically noticed. Usually whenever they're yellow, that means they're possessed in some way. Oh look, there's Tricky. I guess he abandoned his children then. What a terrible father he is. There's Bluey and TT. Conker just flying out of nowhere. I guess he just had his bottle of scotch there. Smokey the Dragon is just flying around. Who was that they had with? Oh, that must be Timber. And Diddy Kong is off on his way back home, I believe. Pretty much since we won the day. Wizpig is no longer a threat to the world. And pretty much everything is all well and good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for... Oh. Well then, apparently Wizpig is about to come back for a sequel. Except that sequel never came. Instead, we got a remake. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Diddy Kong Racing as a whole. Gosh, this was a game that I love going back to. Like, this is, like I said, this is the game that really personified what my childhood was back in the day. And quite frankly, I love this game back when I was a kid. And yeah, there were some faults with it. I mean, yeah, I'll have to admit, like, there are so many faults with this game that it's just insane. And not to mention just, like, really, really ridiculous. All things considered. I mean, you got the drifting, which is kind of wonky, all things considered. Especially when you look at Mario Kart nowadays. I mean, the freaking, like, drifting has been tuned to the point where it's actually so much better than what Diddy Kong Racing and what even Mario Kart 64 and CTR had to offer. I don't know. Maybe I should probably revisit both Mario Kart 64 and CTR at some point in time. But, I don't know. Probably not. But, maybe just a couple of suggestions here or there. Maybe. Just maybe. But yeah. So yeah, going back to Diddy Kong Racing, I really wish that Mario Kart actually had its own, like, adventure mode, its own story mode, essentially. Because, I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad thing to exclude when they got, like, mission mode, even though, like, mission mode was on DS only, and from what I found out a long time ago, they actually had that planned out for Mario Kart Wii, but it was never implemented for some reason. I guess time constraint or something. They were on like a deadline of some kind, but I guess, I don't know. There's a mystery all on its own as to why Diddy Kong Racing, well, actually, to be continued. What? What do you mean? Time to Lose, Ultimate AI. Oh, that would be something to try out. But wait, where are these? Are these the time trials? I guess so. Huh. So I guess they do tell you the time trial things anyways. 1 minute and 4 seconds on Whale Bay. Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. But yeah, anyways, back to my current comment. I still wish that Mario Kart had like some sort of like, since it is the only like kart racing sort of game that's still around, I kind of wish they had like an adventure mode just like Diddy Kong Racing in some ways. Would I agree with it having to be mirrored in Adventure 2? No. I think they would exclude that and probably make it like where it's just like challenging, but only the items are different in some way. And everything was in 200cc. I don't know. They could probably make something like that. But yeah, overall, Diddy Kong Racing, I'm glad I enjoyed it. I love the boss fights, honestly, because the boss races were unique in many ways. And quite frankly, I really, 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 really love Adventure Mode. I think it's a good idea, and I'm kind of glad I actually played it. And then I went into Crash's Adventure Mode as well, which was interesting in its own right. I might actually try that out one of these days. CTR. I mean, I did stream the game a couple of times, but never finished it, in all honesty. But yeah, that's been it for Diddy Kong Racing. The pinnacle of my childhood, and not to mention one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm glad I played this on here. So, what's up next for Anvil Plays Something? Well, we might have to find out soon, because I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time for another series or another playthrough. I will see you all next time. Remember, be loony, be crazy, but most importantly, be awesome. I will see you all next time.